Hey guys, um, what's up? I just made a whole video about the Epstein files, and then the cat climbed up my back, and it threw off my whole vibe, and now I have to make the video again. And I thought I was gonna get it in one take, but it didn't turn out that way. So I'm gonna preface this by saying that I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is more of like just my thoughts and like maybe even maybe I'm asking, maybe like if y'all have more information on this, just like put it in the comments if you have time to jump in there real quick and let me know if I'm wrong about anything, or like if I'm missing information here, because I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. So like they were saying that they had the Epstein files, right, on somebody's desk. It was on somebody's desk, and then they were saying that like we don't have the Epstein files because they don't exist. And what are the Epstein files? Is it like it's like photos, right? It's like photos and like emails and texts, probably, and maybe like lists of people that were on flights, or like lists of people who stayed at like the hotel at Epstein's Island. Is there a hotel? Like I don't know. I'm guessing. And if that, like all of those things make up the Epstein files, then like how likely is any of that to actually be incriminating in the first place? Like, so why does the government have the Epstein files and not like law enforcement in the first place? And if the government has the Epstein files, and we suspect that a lot of the people in the government are the ones who committed the crimes, then that means that the people who committed the crimes are in possession of the evidence, potentially. Like, and if the files, right, have been around this long, because they've been around for a while, I'm assuming, because like it's been years. We've been talking about this for years. Haven't they probably just been tampered with by now? Like, because I'm pretty sure somebody could just walk in there and like crank up Photoshop and completely change who was in the pictures, or take people out, or put new people in. And like we have AI now. Like we could just, somebody could just deep fake the crap out of these files. And uh couldn't you just like go in and like rewrite the emails and the text messages and stuff? Like I don't imagine that would be that hard to do. Like I'm not even like a tech guy. Like I'm not like a computer nerd or anything, and I'm pretty sure I could do that myself. I could probably figure it out. Now, I know that like you can go in with a magnifying glass and kind of sort of tell like if something has been photoshopped. But like you can get really good with Photoshop, you know what I mean? And like you might be able to go into the files of these images and emails and stuff or whatever, and you might be able to like figure out if they were tampered with like AI or whatever. But like what are the odds that we're getting the actual, because I think they just released a bunch of them, didn't they? what are the odds that these are even legit? Like the evidence hasn't been tampered with yet when it's been this long. You know what I mean? And it's kind of suspicious, obviously, that like it's taking so long to release them. Like, aren't they just editing the files? Like, isn't that just the obvious reason why it's taking so long to release them? And I mean, releasing them to the public, it like I guess is fine, but like, doesn't this need to be handled by like law enforcement? I'm confused about. I know that it's complicated. There's due process and there's like the proper channels and all this, but like I don't see how this is the proper channels. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why we're doing why it's being handled this way. I don't get it. And like, to be honest, like I don't want to sound like I'm trying to start a conspiracy or anything, but like, how many of us have actually seen Epstein's dead body? Like, how do we even know he's dead? Like there was the meme, you know, it was like Epstein didn't kill himself because, you know, like obviously um he had evidence on a bunch of other people, supposedly, allegedly. But like, how do we know he died at all? You know, like I wasn't there. And like Epstein's girlfriend, like I don't know how to pronounce her name. I don't even really remember exactly what her name is, but something Maxwell, I think. But like, even if she snitched, like, how do we know she's telling the truth? You know what I mean? Like, if she snitched to get like a pardon or whatever, how do we know she's telling the truth? Like, that's not necessarily evidence. It's just kind of hearsay, isn't it? And I mean, I guess you could ask the victims, like, you know, who was assaulting you or whatever. And I guess that I think I would take that as evidence because like what motive do they have to lie about it, you know? But actually, yeah, why aren't we doing that? Wouldn't that make more sense than like going through all the files? I mean, go through the files too, but like, and also like, was the island itself ever investigated? You know, like, did they ever like go and look around? I don't know. But I'm confused. Like, I'm not sure how the files even help us really when it comes to like actually convicting people and getting justice for this, for all these crimes that happened. Like, I don't understand how, because like I would think that like at a normal crime scene, you would go there as soon as you could, like as soon after the crime took place as you possibly could. Take um take inventory of everything at the crime scene, you know, where everything is and all that. And if anybody goes through the crime scene messing with stuff, then that the evidence is kind of contaminated at that point. Like the scene is kind of contaminated at that point. So how is it that the files, having been wherever they've been this whole time, how is it that those are not contaminated evidence? You know what I mean? Like, how do we know anything about what happened at all, really, at this point? I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to be a downer, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, be discouraging or anything. I think that like it's probably a good idea to figure out what happened, especially if these people are the people who are supposed to be in leadership positions, you know, in government or in wherever they are. Like there's probably like Hollywood people and all kinds of people involved in this. If Epstein's island was like a business hub or whatever, I don't know. They had the internet, like I don't know why people don't do things more remotely. But I guess it makes sense to like invite someone over to hang out if you own an island. Um but like I'm saying that I think that it's going to be hard to like figure out who had no idea what the island was. You know what I mean? Like you could go there probably to do business or whatever and have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And like if I were Epstein, I wouldn't just trust anybody with the information that I am running a trafficking ring. You know what I mean? So probably a lot of people that he did business with or whatever probably had no idea what was going on. Um, and that's another thing. Like, I have no idea what people mean by, I mean, not by what people mean by, but like what exactly kind of business was going on there. Like, I don't have a lot of information on this. Like, I've been kind of like half-ass following the story, this whole time, but I don't have a lot of the details or anything. So, um, if you have any information on this, or if I'm wrong about anything, or if I've just got the wrong idea about how this works, uh, let me know in the comments, I guess, if you feel like it. And like and subscribe, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. And have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.